Hey, I have today something really interesting to you, something that I'm totally excited about. About a year ago, an Italian musician, Stefano Zanobini, contacted me and asked me if I was interested in creating a cover art for his forthcoming musical CD, music by Tobias Hume, a Scottish composer. And I'm interested in combining music and photography, so I was all in. I asked Stefano that what caught your attention, what is it in my work that you like, and he said he likes the seascapes and the winter landscapes, but it's all up to me. What do I want to choose? So as he sends me very preliminary recordings, I searched for a possible cover and I sent him a couple of proposals. And he gets really excited. He says he really likes those. But then he says that the CD cover is such a small real estate that my picture gets lost in that tiny square. Now, a lot of classical music is still sold as CDs because of the sound quality, but for pictures it is not like LPs. Like this whole album art thing is a lost art form almost. Unfortunately, but there was much more real estate in LPs. And so can we somehow replicate this? Can we create more like a photo experience? And he said, let's create a book of the size of an LP where there's a one page, one illustration for each and every tune on the album. There's a lot of very small, very short classical tunes on the album. So now there's a lot of pictures in this book. So then Stefano sends me the preliminary recordings, audio files. And I start to listen to them and compose the book. And select pictures and try to match them with the music. Best of my abilities. And I sent this first version to Stefano. In his polite Italian way, he comes back to me saying, nice, but not quite. And he suggests that I submerge myself more into the music. Study the life of Tobias Hume, the composer, and try to see more than the surface of the music. To me, this is not a genre of music that I listen a lot. It was a bit strange and foreign to me. It sounded soft and beautiful, but the more I listened to it, the more I found the rough and almost violent undertones. And as I read more about Tobias Hume, I noticed that there is much more than meets the eye or the ear. And that got me really excited. Now, let's hear it from Stefano. He is really good at explaining the background of this music and what he got me into.
Hi, it's an honor to be on Adi Yax's YouTube channel, and it's also a pleasure to present the music by Tobias Hume. Who was Tobias Hume and what does his music tell to us? The Scottish Tobias Hume lived between 16th and 17th century. He was a contemporary of William Shakespeare, and actually he was not really a composer. He was a mercenary, a soldier of fortune. He fought for the Swedish and the Russian armies. Yes, he had this cruel, inhuman, stupid profession, but he had also passion for music and the viola da gamba. He published 2 books, Captain Hume's Poetical Music and the first part of Airs, containing extraordinary instrumental music. So I would like to speak about that. First of all, his military alla battaglia music. The alla battaglia genre was quite in vogue at that time, but if we consider that this music was composed by a real soldier, that's amazing because we understand how strong and how real this music is. It sounds like this.
So then, I actually went and tried to select pictures that reflect this dual nature of Tobias Hume. Let's take the cover of the book as an example. This is taken on an island that is between Finland and Sweden. And back in those days, Finland was still part of Sweden, and I guess it is very possible that as fighting for both Russian and Swedish armies, Tobias Hume has been on this island. There's a landscape, but then there's a military abandoned installment also on an island. And this picture sort of tries to show the dual nature of this music and Tobias Hume's life. Brutal, military, and beautiful poetry landscape. But it wasn't all brutal. There was also pretty poetic side and almost like joyful side of Tobias Hume and his music. Let's hear more from Stefano.
Then dance music. His dance music is carefree, light. It reminds us of his passion for music. In the preface of one of his books, Tobias Hume writes that music is my feminine side. It sounds like this.
Tobias Hume was also pretty philosophical, and he really thought about the meaning of life, and the last part of the CD and of the book tries to reflect that. And the pictures that I've selected for that section are more sort of empty, more open, if you will, because Tobias doesn't claim that he has answers to all the questions. And this is how Stefano explains that part of the music.
Finally, wonderful music with evocative, almost philosophical titles. Life, death, a question and answer. My hope is decayed, meditation, lamentations. In the Baroque period, there are no other examples of instrumental music that asks questions about the meaning of life. These questions are important for every human being, also for us. But perhaps they are very, very, very important for a soldier who, at least during battles, knows that perhaps his life will stop soon. Tobias Hume shares with us his thoughts. He doesn't want to impose his truth. He's simply searching for some little lights in the dense mystery of our lives. This music sounds like this.
So now, after several months, over a year, the book is here. I'm really excited about it. It has really an interesting CD, interesting music that was probably not the easiest to get into, but as I listen to it more and more, it opens more and more to me and sort of transfers me into the time and thinking of Tobias Hume. Pretty powerful experience. Also, me and Stefano, I guess we are a little bit geeks, both of us. So what Stefano wanted me to do is to list here in the end of this book all the cameras and all the films that I used to create this book, and he also explains about his instruments. By the way, there's an interesting video clip he made about the instrument that he plays.
Every time I play Tobias Hume's music with my viola d'amore, I will show you. My viola d'amore is a very analog instrument. I get excited, and I'm happy also that Ari Yaxi fell in love with this music and gave us amazing connections between music and photos.
Hey, thank you, Stefano. The pleasure is all at my side. I mean, such a cool opportunity to be part of this. Create something that I think is fairly unique. At least I haven't seen this kind of a combination of a classical CD accompanied with a true photo book, high quality photo book, where each and every tune is carefully sort of paired with a photo, you know, selected by the artists. That's so cool to be part of this. And now you can be part of this too. You can go online and purchase this. I put the link to the description page where you can find where to purchase this. A question and answer. Baroque meditations about life and death. Music by Tobias Hume. Stefano Zanobini, viola d'amore, Ari Yaxi photos. Go and get yourself one. There's actually an additional, one more benefit here. You know, Tobias Hume left quite a bit of writings and notes and anecdotes to the history. And we took some of those, including our own, Stephanie's and my explanation about our work, and we included it into this book in 3 languages: English, Italian and Finnish. So now if you are interested in learning these languages, you can read them side by side and learn more. This is how my Italian sounds nowadays. Lavoro con vecchie macchine fotografiche, come le Hasselblads e le Rolleiflex, soprattutto con pellicole in bianco e nero. Hey, thanks for watching. Next time something else.